course, like, we have no idea what's going on the outside.
Yeah.
And I just always pray that, okay, if you do exit, you exit at a week that is, okay for you. In less than 24 hours, we have gone hot and cold on me. I'm loving it. Like, let's go. Like, the love is crazy. I have unicorns, Venn dragons, phoenixes. I have Venos. I have a lot of people that are just showing mad love. So what I may have not necessarily been feeling at the house, that by the time I left, it overtook for outside. So, no, I'm lit. I'm definitely lit.
You're lit.
What about you, Soma?
Well, I've been feeling great, honestly, I think I feel the greatest at this point because, I didn't imagine everything that's happened. But I'm out here now and it's been awesome. I didn't have a fan base before I went in there, but now I have Soma gang, baby.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's been awesome. I'm seeing cars now, like, I saw cars and I was like, wow.
I swear.
So nice.
You just be looking out the window like, ooh, what happens if I stand there forgetting it's traffic?
Nice. Well, let's talk about, the decision that, you guys made into going for this season, because you guys have been on previous seasons, right? We'll start with you, Soma, because I know we go way back and we might have spoken about this in the past, about, if ever given an opportunity, would you like to go? Why did you decide to go this time around?
The question is, why would you not decide to go this time around? Because obviously, like, for me, it was a big opportunity.
Yeah.
My story was I went a long time ago. It's been like 6 years since the first time I went.
Yeah. And
I stayed for just like 2 weeks. So I felt like this was a great time for me to go back in there and do as much as I can. Yeah. So of course I'll jump at that opportunity ASAP.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, dear, the last time I was there,
right,
we had a spicy time.
Yes, we did.
And, I entered all kinds of interesting conundrums. And I was like, I beg, it's going to be on my own terms this time. It's going to be my way. It's going to be my story. I'm not coming to assist anybody. Let's go with Venita from the journey, straight from the jump, and let's run it all the way. So me, I was like, Pro Max, so it's time. Let's go, baby. 2.0. And I have been waiting, even when I left, even from my said, if they ever do an Allstars, you people should pray that you don't see me there. And I had a really great run, actually, a fantastic run, all the way into week 9, So we're literally about 6-7 days out from the finals, and I feel very good about it. I did it on my terms. I did it my way, and I did it staying true to myself.
Let's talk about something, because you just brought up the fact that, you went in there, you didn't want to assist anybody or anything like that. But some people might argue that the both of you actually might have gotten some sort of assistance because you were in ships.
No, they both found love in a hopeless place.
Right? Yeah. Did you guys have any idea that you were going to get into a ship when you were going into the competition? Or did you plan it?
My dear, I look like person where no waiting they happen even inside the house. I did not know. And I'm a very private person. So even with like when I was married and stuff, people didn't really know who exactly, I was with. It was like, oh, wow, she got married. Let's find the guy digging. So I'm not used to any kind of personal matter being out there. But, I said I am coming with cutlass. Might as well let everything breathe. Let's go. I met somebody who, we were matching at some wavelength, and yes, I had a good time. I'm not there to assist you now. 120 million, is it a game to you?
Sure. Yeah.
It's
How
not a
about
game.
you? So was the ship something that shocked you, or did you see it coming?
It wasn't a plan for me.
Yeah.
Actually, it was, if you watch my interviews, like my intros, you'd see me say, oh, so I'm going in there now. I'm not going to look at any babe. I'm focused and blah, 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 blah. But as I enter like this, I saw who I saw, and that was that. Like,
like
even
what you like.
I like what I like.
That's it.
And obviously in situations like that, you always you don't do it on purpose, but you almost just like kind of want to cling to one person that has similar mindset as you, just to have your one person that you can always like confide in. So like Mayowa said, you both had ships in the house. Not only did you have ships, there were like altercations happening with you, around you. One of the famous ones is Venita versus who now? Versus
Doyin.
Doyin versus a couple of people. So, and one thing that Nigerians, I think they like is conflict, like battles, and that's what some people want to see.
Yeah.
So, how much of yourself was in those arguments? Like, how much did you have to like try and hold back not to really insult her life?
See, at this point, I'm going to put you on the spot. In real life, how am I?
You're a very put together lady. You like to, you
right,
know,
but if you step, if you
test
misstep,
her, yeah.
what do we do?
Yeah, no, you're gonna find out.
That's it. So, you know, like I'm lucky, I'm blessed. I have, you know, people already in this field and relating fields who do know me. Anybody who actually knows me knows that is V, and it's too much work for me to be pretending to be something I'm not, and I came there for myself. Nobody else, like you said, you don't need the assist from me.
Right.
But if you're connected to my story, definitely, you know, I might have amplified yours. But that is just
Shade
it.
or
No, it's real talk.
Okay.
You know, it's real talk. It's real talk. But overall, I think everybody had what they contributed to both of our experiences.
Right.
But, you know, Soma is, you know, BFG, as I call him, big friendly giant, very peaceful, sweet, loving guy. And me, I'm maybe, you know, I like my space. I like my corner. Don't do what's unnecessary. You know, if it's time to be nice and sweet and nurturing, I definitely did that. But if you misstepped, then you misstepped. And that was just it.
Let's talk about some people that misstepped and that might have stepped on your toes, okay? Doyin, she already brought up. And I don't know what it was. Why do you think you and Doyin just didn't get along?
I swear on my life, I don't even like reason this person. Like, you stepped where you shouldn't have stepped.
Yeah.
You got tidied up back. That's literally it. It's not that deep for me. If it was deep for her, you know, that's kudos to her. But sweetheart, my world is too big.
Okay.
It's too big.
Okay. How about Ilebaye? Because that was also it was a complicated relationship. Because you guys got along sometimes and then some other times you didn't get along.
Yes.
So tell me about, you know, that relationship that you had with Ilebaye and why that
I'm glad you actually said that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we had times we got along and we had times we didn't get along. That was literally just it. And Baye is, you know, quite consistent with her apologies. I'm not going to start holding any malice. You know, cool, we move on from this situation until there is another one or there isn't one. So it's not deep, but I do relate to, you know, being misunderstood when you're quite a brave, you know, young person. Like I said, some people have known me for years. When I first stepped into the industry, you know, and I was coming from a different environment, I definitely felt like I could always do what I want, where I wanted it, etc. So there was things in her that I could relate to, and then there was things that I also couldn't, you know, relate to. But I mean, she's a finalist, so best of luck to her.
She's there now. Yeah. Soma, now let's talk about you for a second.
You really do seem very calm and just, you don't really have too much stress.
I ain't got time for stress now.
To be fair, you didn't get into any like altercations, not a lot of altercations this season. No. Not too many fights. But something that happened, or you were always trending every Monday. Was it Monday when they would always, when it was always time for the head of house games and it was always time for evictions, you would always get emotional. Yeah. And then it became a thing. It actually became a big conversation on Twitter, on social media, just about, you know, mental health and, you know, about anxiety and stuff like that, which I think, you know, you kind of like shined a light on. Not a lot of people were aware of. But talk to me about that and why that was something that, you know, you went through or that always happened to you.
Okay, so for me, leaving the show the first time,
it
really did a lot of damage to me mentally, because going into the house the first time, I was pretty confident. Like, I was too confident. I went in the house and I was like, nah, I'm winning this. Like, who are these people? I'm winning this, you know. And then I get evicted the first eviction. So it does something to you. It just makes you feel like, bro, you're actually nothing, man. You've just been fooling yourself for a long time, you know. So that I actually thought I'd grown past that and that sorted everything out until I came back into the house, you know. And on the first Monday, it just hit me like, bro, what if I leave again? So it was basically PTSD, you know. It was PTSD, and I didn't even know that it was there. until I came into the house, and honestly, I didn't even know I had anxiety. It was Venita that told me that I had anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I would be acting out, and honestly, this also happened to me outside because I'm not in
those sort of situations.
Yes, I'm not under that kind of pressure, you know. And the first time that happened to me, like it was serious. It was Venita that came to calm me down and explain to me what was going on. Because sometimes I'll be talking to myself. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? I'm talking to myself in the mirror. Like, get yourself together. Like, I don't know why I'm like that emotional about it, but eventually I obviously knew I had PTSD for obviously wanted to stay in the show, and I didn't want what happened to me the first time to repeat itself again, because that would have been very bad for me, especially for my mental. It would have really made me feel less of who I am, and I felt like I'd already worked that out of my system already.
Because some people were, saying it was a strategy. And I was like, to be fair, because we know each other, right? Yeah. I was like, this is not a strategy. Because Soma isn't like this on a regular day. Do you get what I mean? It's just a situation he's found himself. So I like the fact that you've cleared that up right now, that it wasn't a strategy. But also, let's, circle back to the ships that the both of you were in for a sec. Okay? You guys were in very interesting ships this season. We couldn't stop talking about it. Venita, we'll start with you.
Why?
No, because
I loved it, though.
Why?
It was cute. It was cute, except some moments where it was like, what's going on? Right? Like, why are we fighting now? So you and Adekunle, you had, the last dinner that everybody was waiting for. But that didn't go according to how everybody envisioned it, and I'm guessing how you envisioned it too.
I did. My vision did not happen the way I planned for it to happen. But life is what happens when you make plans. And definitely in a house of cards, you cannot predict the next move. Yeah. So I guess that's what happened. Yeah.
Okay, moving forward now, you're out of the house. Where do you see you and Adekunle in the nearest future?
Well, he's in the house.
Yeah.
So I believe that if you want to see any kind of situation, there definitely needs to be a level of mutual understanding. So for now, he's in the house.
Okay.
And his journey is not over. So yeah, apart from wishing him well, I wouldn't even want to impact his journey in any way that I'm not sure how it's going to impact him. So I won't be saying much for now.
Seeing relationships inside and out of the house can be a bit tricky sometimes, but how do you find, is it easy or hard maintaining friendships outside the house, even holding on to arguments that happened, like you and Angel now? That was personally my favorite ship. I don't know, all the times I used to see you feeding her and I'm like, aw, this is just so cute. No one ever feeds me. So now that you're out of the house, do you think that is a relationship you would like to maintain?
Like to maintain or already maintain?
Love to maintain.
I
don't want to ask too many.
You don't maintain them already. It's going.
Aww.
You get me? It's going. Come on, that's my baby now. What are you saying?
Aww, that's beautiful. Just wanted to make the record clear.
Because some people online, with your ship and with your ship, I see some people saying, it won't work outside of the house. They are coming to the real world. So it's nice that you're saying that, but is Angel on the same page? Because I remember in the last, before the both of you were evicted, Ebuka asked the question that, you had a girlfriend outside of the house. Yeah. Who are you going to pick between the girlfriend and, Angel? And, you said Angel. And it caught a lot of people off guard, especially on Twitter. And, some might say that you might have caught some heat because of that. So yeah, how is that situation with your ex-girlfriend right now? And Angel, is she on the same page that you are?
Yeah, she is on the same page because she knew from the beginning. We told ourselves, I knew she had a boyfriend and she knew I had a girlfriend. Okay. But we had spoken about it and we knew what we were going to do moving forward. We already sorted that out. So that's not even the problem. You understand?
How about your ex? Is that still a conversation, or is there conversations happening with that?
Or she found out through the world.
Through the world that you guys are broken up.
Wait, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You have a girl, right?
Right.
And you see her on TV in so many compromising positions.
Okay.
What do you think she's gonna do? It's what it is,
I mean, well, maybe one diary session I'd have looked dead into the camera and be like, babe, it's over. I'm sorry, but it's over.
That would be so that would be so hard.
But okay, so just finding out it's over through the entanglements she's watching, you think that's a little bit better?
I can't say because I'm not in. That's complicated to actually resolve right in my head right now.
Yeah.
But I understand that it might have been a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
But like it is what it is. The heart wants what it wants, and follow your heart and be happy.
Follow your heart and be happy. I like it.
I love that.
Someone should put that on, a t-shirt.
I know. Merchandise. So Venita, one thing I also loved about you was your diary sessions. You showed a lot of emotions, especially when talking about your two little girls, when asking Big Brother to check on them for everything. And there's one thing Big Brother said that really stuck out to me. I think he asked you are you a strong, resilient woman? And you're like, yes. And you're like, well, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And I saw it brought you a little bit of peace. So what was it like just even being in that house for such a long period of time, obviously away from your babies? I know that must have been a struggle for you.
Yeah, it was definitely a struggle. But I do sometimes have to be away when I'm on set. If I'm somewhere else, so we do have periods of times where there is separation, but obviously normally I can video call them. They'll send me iMessage, mommy, I want this thing. So that was very tough, but I had a very clear conversation with my babies. And if you're actually on my social media and you actually see some of the videos that we make, you'll see my girls are very eloquent. They definitely, I raise them to speak their mind and to share their emotions. So they're like, we understand, mommy, that you are going to do something very important and you can't talk to us. So we had that understanding. But, still as a mom, I would love to always speak to them. But my head was screwed on. I knew why I'm there, and it would still be to the betterment of their future. So they're a big primary drive force for me. They're my... everything, yeah. So that was tough, but I knew I was there. So what the trick is now, that you don't talk too much about it so you don't trigger yourself. But the picture was right there with me every night and every morning when I wake up. And of course I have the bracelet that they made for me, which thank God it didn't cut inside the house. So I said, you will now do one challenge like this, the bracelet will just do, you will now be scrambling for the beads. But no, it stayed with me, and I stayed till week 9, and then I'm sure they'll be, they'll find that fun. They'll now make me paint with them a bit more, I think, actually. And do some other stuff.
You both have amazing set of skills under both of your belts. I didn't know you could draw that well. I was like, okay. So now that you are out of the house, you both already have, amazing things you're working on and everything. Are you going to be adding more things to your resume? Are you opening a painting studio?
We have to. I tell Soma all the time, yo, eat. He knows I'm rooting for him in his corner. But yeah, definitely, I actually owe it to the people who even put me in that kind of position of grace to come out with a creative consultancy agency. I don't have a name yet. I would like them to help me with a name. Hit me up in the DMs. And I would also like to work with a lot of brands. We can do any budget. I just want to start to creatively direct and do what I love at my heart. I will be doing my own side passion project, which is, kind of more in line with what I studied. But that one will be for now, because I everybody knows I like organic growth. So yes, stay tuned for that. But I need name tags, tag me, send me a DM, hit me up on Instagram, on my Twitter, or it's now X now, isn't it? Everything has changed on my Snap. I am looking for a name that will happily combine all the shades of what they saw and what they feel I can offer. And I think I would like to carry them along on the journey with me for that.
Nice.
What about you, Soma?
Multifaceted, multi-talented, and I can do everything, you feel me? So, so of course I'm going to delve into as much as I can. Before I went into the house, I was already acting, doing music, even if I paused on the music for a bit, but I'm back out and I'm already on my shit. I'm sorry.
Ooh, you gonna get someone fined?
Trying to get us in trouble.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so I already even dropped some music already.
Oh wow.
You feel me? So I'm hitting that head on.
Okay.
With the acting, creating
Yes,
content for
acting, very
brands,
important.
definitely acting. My own production. I'm working on series or YouTube series. Even trying to make my own movie. So yeah, there's a lot. That when it comes to the entertainment space, there's a lot I'm going to be doing.
Nice. Looking forward to everything that you guys have in store for us in the nearest future. But before we wrap things up, there are a couple of people in the house right now, heading for the finale. Who are you guys rooting for?
Or who are you rooting for while you were in the house, and now that you're out and you see like the conversations? Who do you think is going to win?
Yeah.
I'm still rooting for the same people.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows I keep going on about this thing about being fair. So I think, even though I may not have made the same choices, gameplay wise, I think Mercy has done a good job to stay to where she is. I think Adekunle has also done a great job. And, this one, I think my Spartan Queen also, she stands a good chance. I like that she rides her own path, definitely. So, top 3 for me. That's what I'm calling. I wish them well. I don't know how this is going to turn out. So, I'll probably be under a table. Using bias style to be under the table when they announce it. But yes, it's going to be... I don't know where to go happen. No.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
So you're thinking Mercy, Adekunle, or CC?
To win?
Yeah.
Hey, that one, it has to be between maybe the 3 of them. I don't know who. Yeah. That who, forget it. My friend, forget it. I say under the table. I don't have no idea. Yeah. Because there were some exits that were very shocking. So the temperature is so volatile. That pot is ga. Anything can happen at any given time. Yeah. So I don't know. I really don't know.
How about you, Soma?
The way I'm seeing the game going right now, I think Baye would back that. Obviously Adekunle is my guy, so I wish him good luck as well. Right. I feel if I was to pick a top 3, it would be Baye, Adekunle, and Mercy. Okay. Yes, so that's what I see.
Nice.
Fair. Yeah.
Very fair. I think so too. Well, now that you're both out of the house, we do wish you all the best with all your future endeavors. Can't wait to see the new music and both of you in amazing movies and all the bagging all them endorsements. I'll just be double tapping.
Yes, please. I have not had a job for 2 months now, so please, you people, feel free to employ me on your sets.
Book Venita and Soma now.
I kind of walk.
ASAP Rocky.
I walk a bit, maybe a bit too much, but yes. We are 2 months behind. You people should call us.
Love it.
Yeah. And before we leave, something I always do in the house, and I think that really boosts people's morale.
Oh, your motivational.
And I would love you guys to do it with me today.
Okay, let's
feel
do
me?
it.
All right, we good?
We good.
We good?
We good.
I give positive energy.
I give positive energy.
I give love.
I give love.
I give peace.
I give peace.
I give happiness.
I give happiness.
I receive positive energy.
I receive positive energy.
I receive love.
I receive love.
I receive peace.
I receive peace.
I receive happiness.
I receive happiness.
Gee, that's what's up.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Even when you lose, you win. Oh. Even when you lose, you win. Everything works together for good.
Yes.
I believe that.
Very true. Very
Thank
true.
you so much. Oh,
Thanks,
I put such a
guys.
smile on my face.
You're
that.
happy.
We are happy to have you back in the real world. Your 2 months, you entertained us, so now they're going to entertain your pockets.
Yes,
Jesus'
sir.
name.
I love that.
Amen.
Now you made me smile.
Energy.
You have been listening to Venita and Soma right here on the Midday Show with myself, Nicole, and Mayowa. We still have more great music and information coming your way all the way till 4 p.m.
Yes,
Here's Allstars' brand new single. It's Rhythm and Blues. Enjoy.
Hey, Ira.
My baby.
Hey.